Have you felt that you lost yourself? Or more like, have you ever felt that you have been listening a lot to others and not you? I think a lot of people often hear what others have to say and not what they themselves think, likely seeking approval from their surroundings. But this often leads to losing yourself and what you cherished. You focus too much on what others have to say about you and what you should be doing. And then by the time you look back, you can't even recognize the person that you were. It feels like you're a robot waiting for an order, a command that feels imposed by someone from your circle, probably a family member, a friend, coworker, and in some cases, could be a stranger, charged with what you should be doing, what they think that you should be doing, instead of just looking to know what is truly in you. You follow it because you don't want to let them down or look ridiculous. You continue the path, waiting to reach the end, to get their satisfaction, to quiet their complaints about your life. But it feels like a never ending task because it's never enough. And by the time you reach a point that gets you to be a sour human being, you're in a spot where you look back to all the time wasted and it was not even in you. It feels like garbage. Because not only you have invested time in things that you don't get interested, you also have lost or diverted from the way you have been wanting to pursue. And that, my friends, is the worst feeling. More people day by day suffer this without even noticing. It can really affect your life and also your desired career. You live together with other people, they will see you every day, and often they are going to share their opinions about the path you're taking. The problem is that these opinions are more charged with demands than actual advices. It's a poison that you don't catch on time with the passing of this one. I have been in this situation before, more like I'm still in it. I recently have noticed that I'm in this cycle of doing things I'm getting asked for. And when you notice it, it is really, really frustrating. Because sometimes you try so hard to break free from it, but it just takes one talk, a couple words, a couple sentences, maybe a 15-minute talk. Then you're back doing the same cycle of things that are nothing of what you want to do or what you want to focus on. It is a couple of years when it started for me, or maybe when I think it started. It was pressed by a person dear to me. I was trying to push myself to pursue the path that I wanted, and I was looking for ways that could lead me somewhere. But when I commented on the plan to this person, The only thing that I saw was an expression of disapproval formed on their face. They didn't even say a word. They tried to agree with me, but I could sense that deeply that's not what they wanted. It shouldn't have affected me, but it did. It stopped me from even trying to give it a go to my desire, to commit to being consistent with my goal. It is dangerous because once you stop, the time passes without you noticing much. And then you try to look for distractions instead of being focused on what you want. It comes silent and slowly crawls into your life without you even noticing. Then the time keeps passing. 2, 3, even 4 or more years. Then at some point you look back and then you see that the person you were, that person with desires and goals that shined even brighter than the stars, is no longer there. That is now replaced by a hollow shell. Someone that has become numb to everything, only following what its environment says, following what it should be doing, what it's supposed to be doing, and not what it wanted in the first place. Becoming a robot, a machine waiting for orders. I brushed the feeling like something with no importance because it didn't affect me, or that's what I thought. I slowly filled my time with more and more distractions as I let those thoughts go without any recognition. The time kept passing, and those commands, those orders from outside of my mind kept coming to me, guiding me to somewhere I don't want to be. At the time, I didn't didn't feel like anything. I just didn't want to disappoint more, so I just followed what I thought it would bring a smile to those around me. I went and studied something I didn't even was motivated about. And it is especially painful when you notice all the moments that you have wasted. And looking back to that, I always ask myself, why? Why I didn't act at that moment? Why have waited until now to take action for myself? Maybe I was waiting for those voices to notice my state and stay quiet or silence themselves. But it never happened. The worst of all this agonizing state is that your passion slowly dies, like a flame that runs out of wood to keep burning, because you stop feeding it. Once you're fulfilling others' wishes and not yours. What kept you enthusiastic, now it doesn't do, because you, without noticing, started seeing it as not worth it. And it's bad. Once you don't have your passion, you start seeking those distractions from any sensation, any feeling that can bring you, then you end up in a meaningless, pitiful, gross, nasty, and loathful cycle. Just looking for anything. Like I said, I'm still in this hole, trying to get out of it. It is difficult and exhausting, trying to gain your passion back. But it sounds crazy to try to turn a car without gas. It breaks my soul every time I try. Because I go back to the same spot. The same horrible cycle. Looking for anything that makes me feel something. And after I'm done, I feel like a worthless human being. Because I know what I'm in, but I still do it. It is horrible. I'm not gonna lie. I have been trying to get out of this, to break free from this. Can't say I cracked the code for it, but trying is better than sitting and doing nothing. That's the worst mistake. I know I have been going back to the cycle over and over, but I also have noticed that I've been doing it less. I'm starting to see a change, even if it's a little one. But I want to tell you with this that if you have a goal, if you have something you want to do, the value of that starts with you. You have to believe in what you want, and what you do is special. That's the start of everything. I'm still trying to grasp this. It is difficult, but not impossible. You have to be firm with your goals, with your wishes, even if that makes someone unhappy with you. All these days that I wake up, I try to follow not the path that others want for me, but the path that I want. I try my hardest, but sometimes I end up in the cycle once more. I don't want to throw me out of it, and I don't want you to throw everything. It seems hard, but the only thing that I know with certainty is that it's not impossible. I'm going to continue to push, and I know that one day this cycle, this curse, will be reduced to a memory that will disappear, like a bad dream, like a stage of my life that would wither away slowly. Even if I'm still figuring it out, I don't want to drift from my path. Not anymore. And if you're watching this, hold on tight and don't divert from that wish that you have. Hold on to it and keep going. You'll reach the finish line.